Tell me when you are. Welcome to the National Outlook on Kaieteur Radio 99.1 and 99.5 FM. I'm GHK Lall. It's Monday, May 29th. We are after the long holiday weekend, after Independence Day on Friday, and after a period of national mourning for the lost children and the injured children in the Madhya Secondary School dormitory fire. We're still living under a cloud from that tragic loss. And so, although we resume as close as we can to what is normalcy, there is still a gap here. So let us be cognizant of that, my sisters and brothers across Guyana. Last Saturday, you would have been privileged to hear a fine gentleman from Africa. His name is Professor Patrick Utina Lumumba, a lawyer, a commentator, a patriot, and a nationalist of extreme excellence. How Mr. Glenn Lall, the publisher of Kaieteur News, was able to get him to come on the program and to share with Guyanese, that's something I'm going to have to get to the bottom of. But here is what I want to tell you about Professor Lumumba. He hurts. He hurts when he sees from history, when he sees today his brothers and sisters in Africa being exploited ruthlessly by foreign exploiters. And then to compound, to intensify the hurt, the loss, the damages, when his own national leaders across Africa, not just in Kenya, but in different places in Africa, when they join, when they collaborate with the foreigners to rip off and to hemorrhage their fellow citizens. This is what this man has been outspoken about, and that is why he's of such relevance to Guyana. You know, when people like Glenn Lann or myself and others talk about what is going on in Guyana, when we write about it, when I write about it, we are looked upon in a different way. There is a saying in scripture that prophets are not loved in their hometown. And so we can identify with that. But when you bring in a Professor Lumumba and have him articulate what has happened to Africa with all of its rich natural resources plundered and pillaged, we see the beginning of the same things right here in our own dear Guyana. That is where this man is invaluable to us. That is where he is priceless for us to get an understanding, a better understanding, a wider understanding, a greater understanding of what is really going on here. We know what is going on where Exxon's head, Alistair Routledge, even talks down to us and insults us with things that make no sense, like how much insurance the industry standards make possible for Guyana. When we have our own leaders, our president, our vice president, our opposition leader, muzzled and speaking mainly for the side of Exxon and other foreign investors, foreign oil companies, then we know that our goose is cooked. Then we know that we are being sold out. We are being betrayed by our own. This has happened in Africa. This has happened in Asia. This has happened in Latin America. Everywhere that the foreign exploiters go, they come out to explore as explorers, and then they end up as exploiters. That's always prime in their heads. And Professor Lumumba is the best teacher for us, for he has lived it. He has studied it. He has spoken about it at length over and over again in different forums. So, my fellow Guyanese, we ought to have gotten something. We ought to have gotten a clearer idea of what is happening here in Guyana today. Oil-rich Guyana, gold-rich Guyana, that the entire world is speaking about so glowingly. And yet we ourselves are struggling. Many in our country, 48%, or maybe even more, can't put 3 meals on the table. When we cannot feel, when we cannot experience the benefits of our riches, of this richness that is really imagined, a myth for many of us. I do hope that you heard Professor Lumumba, and I do hope that you are listening to these few simple words that emphasizes to us the boat, the leaky boat, the decayed boat in which we find ourselves. I'm GHK Lall on Kaieteur Radio, 99.1 and 99.5 FM. You were listening to the National Outlook.
Kaieteur Radio.
Covering Guyana from coast to coast.
Demerara and Essequibo, 99.1 FM.
Berbice, 99.5 FM. Kaieteur Radio.
Experience more than award-winning speed. Way more. Get the best that LTE has to offer on Digicel, officially the fastest mobile network in Guyana. Ookla, the company behind Speedtest, recognizes Digicel as the best mobile network in Guyana. With the best LTE experience and the fastest data speeds, experience it all with Digicel, the award-winning network for everyone, everywhere.
And you grind and you bubble and go down the way you whine, yeah. Girl, you fine, yeah. You move in time, yeah. The way you whine and you grind and you bubble and go down there. Down little bit, down little bit. Whine and go down there. Down little bit, down little bit. Whine and go down there. Down little bit, down little bit. Whine and go down there. Down little bit, down little bit. Whine and go down there. I like the way you move, yeah. Round and round is the way you move your hips, yeah. You whine with attitude, yeah. Up and down, baby, whine and work your hips. She want to conquer, lanka, lanka, lanka right there. She said she conquer, lanka, lanka, lanka woman. She is the sweetest girl ever seen that cross my way. Every move she make, I take everything, anything touch the body. She want taste, I take, she call me candy, miss and I all up for it. Later, 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 gangale. She whisper deep, I start to push. She whisper low, I start to jump. And then she whine and bend and give me the look. I hook on the gas. Can't set me free. Call the Uber. Call the Uber now. I am coming to ya. Coming to ya now. Call the Uber. Call the Uber now. I am coming to ya. Coming to ya now. Uber everywhere. Take the Uber everywhere. Uber everywhere. Take the Uber everywhere. Uber
body fine, girl, show off. You keep it right, girl, show off. Your body good, girl, show off. My girl, you good from the inside out, baby, from the inside out. Oh, baby, good from the inside out, baby, from the inside out. Yeah, 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 yeah. Don't worry about your ex-man, next girl. He no good, she no better, call your best girl. Life good, and to them years a threat, girl. They can't sleep, cause the wicked can't rest, yeah. Darling, you get 10 out of 10. Gorgeous and you're confident.